Hello everyone, you are most welcome to my channel. Today we shall be learning how to web scrape a website that requires login. One of the things I actually enjoy using my Python skills is web scraping. Yeah, I actually find it fun, and I once wrote actually a blog on how I scraped Jumia, and I even did a video about how I scraped Jumia. Once again, my name is Ronnie Atuhaire, aka from Afroboytex, and I'm glad that you chose this particular channel for this video. So, what is web scraping? Of course, all of us we know what is web scraping. For me, it's like magic. But of recent, I have encountered websites that require logins, and actually can't do much until you create a session. They require for you to be signed in. For example, I'll be using a website. I'll be using Walmart. Walmart is the website I'll be using. Actually, as you can see, I'm already logged in here, so I'm going to sign out and show you how to create a session, because some websites require login for you to be able to web scrape them or to scrape data. So web scraping basically is the extraction of data from a website. You can later dump that data in form of JSON, CSV, text, etc. Then you can use it for your own good. So web scraping actually has been around, but has been changing names, which I think all refer to the same thing. Some call it web mining, web data extraction, or whatever you may want to call this. But I believe the reference point to the same. But I believe they all reference to the same thing. So data mining may actually slightly differ. So what's the solution to this? If you ever encounter a website that requires login, that asks actually for you to be logged in order to scrape their content or their data. So solution, I tried using curl in the network inspection. If you actually do inspect, you can come to the network tab. The network tab is actually here. So as you can see, if I refresh this page, it shows me exactly what is happening in the background. It brings the status codes, it brings the tapes, and all this other information. So I can actually web scrape this information when I'm logged into this website using curl. I just have to right click, then I say copy, then I copy it as curl. I copy it as curl command. So basically you can now you can create something out of this curl and use it to web scrape or to enter into this website using the web scraper that you're trying to do. I'll be showing you how to do this later on, but in this particular video I'm going to concentrate more on how you can use actually requests. Request is a very good Python HTTP library, very simple to use, and actually Kenneth Rees, the author of this library, says that he actually made it for human beings. If you can look out for requests library, it's called requests. You can just look for it by P. So if you click on it, if you don't have it, just have to come and copy this, and then you install it, and you can see this is the guy Kenneth Rees, and it's very simple yet elegant HTTP library. It's what we shall be using only actually to log in. So so we're going to start in a few, but you could also try other web scraping applications that are around online. You could try also Selenium. Selenium could also do. Then also have the available options that you could get also. So we're going to use actually request and initiate a session with a payload. So before we begin, you need two elements to post a response to the site login. That is the name of the field attributes that you want to push data to, and then the URL of the page that actually posts onto the back end. What do I mean? If I first close this inspection tool and I log out. Let me first sign out from my Walmart. As you can see, most login websites or most pages have two options, that is the email address, or it could be the username, then the password. So for this example, it is a password and an email address. So we're going to see how we can do this. So to do this, actually, as I said, you need the name of the field attributes you want to push your data to, and then the URL. The URL is pretty simple like this, that actually helps us to log in. So we shall be actually logging in using the command line instead. It's the same thing what we are doing with a GUI, with a graphical user interface. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and inspect again. I come to elements. So I want to highlight this field. I want to know what are the attributes of the name field that are in this particular website, which is Walmart. So I will come and click on this little icon here that helps me select an element. Then I hover to this element, I click on it. So if I click on it, as you can see, the name is email, the placeholder is email address, type it's an email type. So that's the information you are looking for. So before actually we do this, let's first create our file. Before I copy that, so we're going to do, I assume that you already installed requests, so I'll just say import requests. So we are just now starting that session. So I created my py file, I called it scrape session.py. You could name it anything you want. So we're going to start a session. So the session we're going to start with, we can create a variable, actually call it session. Then we say requests dot session. Actually it's capital S, yes. Then now what you're going to do is we create the payload. Payload is basically data sent onto the server. So we can say create the payload. So this is very easy. We can actually call it a payload. Then we create a dictionary. We shall create a dictionary. Then this dictionary, as you've seen, let's first go back to our name fields. As you can see, the name attribute field is email for this email address. Then if I want this, I can click on it. Then the name field is password. So that means I'm going to have to call this name. I'm going to call this name. Then after calling this name, then actually no, it's going to be email. So we want the email attribute. We're going to call it email. Then after calling it email, we need to put in your password. So I will not put in here my password, but basically here you type in your password, then the password. Password. Okay. Let's make these ones simple like this. Your email, actually, sorry. This is your email. Yes, that's it basically. Here you're putting in your email, here you're putting in your password. So you replace all this information with your password. So I don't need to know your password. Yes, then after then we can now actually post the payload. We can actually post the payload to the site. So we need now to create a session post, a session which is called post. Yes, so we create the post session. So we're going to create a post session, basically posting data onto the back end, but we need that URL that we shall be using to post. and we already created a session. So this is posting the payload, so what you're going to do, we're going to call it, we can call it anything, we can call it maybe we can call it post. We can call it post. Then from the session that we created, we have a post method that takes in the URL, and then it takes in the URL, and then it takes in a URL and also takes in the data, which is a payload that we're going to be posting. So maybe we can first create the URL here. You can say URL, then I come and copy this URL for logging in, which is this. Reference equals to domain. Let me first see reference. If I removed this, since it's just a reference, I just clicked on it. Will it work? Yes, it works. So copy this, bring it here as our URL. So this is going to be URL. So we shall be posting our data, which is equal to the payload that we created. So posting, let's change this. Doesn't look good. Let's use small letters. Posting the data, posting the payload to the login URL. Then yes, that's it. Now after posting the data, we need a get session. Now we need a get session so that we can start scraping. So we post, then we create a get session. So the get session is now the website, or the data, or the URL, or the stuff that you want to scrape. So maybe I can now say I can say now maybe get data. This is actually optional. It depends what you're going to do, but simply here you're already logged in with just a few lines of code. You're already logged in. Now this will be which session you want to proceed to after logging in. So it's going to be a get request. Then the URL, if let's say for example, let me first log in here. So if I log in, welcome to my account. So if I come and actually maybe let me see departments, let me say departments. Then under departments, maybe I want maybe PlayStations. Where are PlayStations? Okay, let me search for them here. Let me say PlayStation. So where are PlayStations? So as you can see, it's a search query that I'm doing here, but I want to be able to search under the PlayStation department. So this doesn't help. Maybe let me first go back to departments. Then under departments, I look for where can I find PlayStations. Should be under electronics. I should be under what? Home appliances. Let me see if I clicked on electronics. We have PlayStations here. We have phones. We have wearable tech. I seem not to see PlayStations. Okay, we have PlayStations. Okay, this is basically a sample. You can go with anything. Maybe let me go with I can go with computers. But if I see actually here, I can see that they're called CP. Then maybe that means if I can just put here PlayStation, it would. Let me see. It's just a simple hack. if I'm trying to do here, see if it works. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Let me first see. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Let me see. PlayStation. Let me put there. I wanted specifically PlayStation. Anyway, actually here I've ever visited this site. Let me see. Yes, now we have PlayStations. Yes, but we can go with, actually you can still go with computers if you don't mind, but I'll go with, okay, let me go with this. Let me go with computers. So I bring and I put in this URL as my session that I want to get. Now I can start scraping. So under here I will do my scraping. So scraping, basically now I will have to come, maybe I do my Ctrl+Shift+I on Windows, then I start scraping. Maybe if I want this particular information, you can come here, then find out the particular tags under it, then continue. That's it. Basically today's session was basically how you can log in into those websites that require login. So if I come and first and foremost, I didn't show you my password, of course, for security details. So here you'll be putting in your email address that you used to create the Walmart account. Then here you'll be putting in your password that you used to create the Walmart account. So that's it. I don't want to put in my real password here in my email, which I could still do, and then I show you how it works. Maybe, let me see, let me try putting that here. Let me first sign out. So I've already created, I've already put in my email address, which I didn't want you to see, and my password in the script. So I'm going to run the script. So let me run the script, and after running it, we see if it brings in errors. Yes, that means it's working, but we need something. We need to know, are we really in? Or so what you can come maybe and we do here on post, when you're posting, you can put a try statement, a try and accept. So if we are logged in, let's print logged in. Okay, you can say log on successful. I don't know if that is English. Then we can say accept. If we failed to log in, let's print in. Let's say failed to log in to Walmart. Particularly I'm using Walmart here. So then maybe we can say, we may also want to say, let's print the data. Let's see what this brings to us. So that's it. So we say let's print in the data. Now we save, then we go back to run our script. Yes. So that means it's working. Logon was successful. Like returns a response of 200. 200 basically means it's a success. It's a HTTP message, and it says it's a response which is a success. It means it's a success login. That means our data has been returned. So that's it basically. Thank you so much. Have a blessed one. If you want to know more, please stay tuned by subscribing to my channel and following me for such related content. Bye.